Let's talk to Paul Dorfman, who's an Associate Fellow at the Science Policy Research Unit at the University of Sussex. Good to see you again, Doctor. So, how ready is France for this winter?
France seems sort of deeply unready. EDF are essentially bankrupt with 45 billion euros in debt, facing a 29 billion euros loss this year, with huge waste and decommissioning costs, and an estimated 50 billion euro bill for safety upgrades. So, whereas France has been a net exporter of power, of electricity, it's now firing up coal to try to keep the lights on.
And what about France's nuclear reactors? You talked about the safety, the maintenance costs there. Are they fit for purpose?
There is a question associated with these aging nuclear power plants, and that, in a sense, also brings into the question of the energy transition. Now, last year, renewables made up 84% of all new power capacity additions worldwide, with nuclear nowhere. Now, Lazard, the world-leading finance firm, says that nuclear costs $151 per megawatt hour, with renewables at $41 per megawatt hour. And a recent International Energy Agency report says renewables are the most important way to reduce CO2 emissions in the electricity sector. So this brings into question the issue about nuclear and whether it can do what it says on the box.
France is trying to reduce its reliance on Russian energy. It sounds like renewables are much cheaper, but what it's got at its fingertips is nuclear. Is it a short-term, is it a medium-term solution, or do you think they should shelve it?
At the moment, France is suffering with a significant number of reactors offline. So it's in huge problems. And Russia-dominated Kazakhstan provide 42% of all uranium feedstock to reactors worldwide and 20% to reactors in Europe. And EDF are still doing some form of business with Russia. So basically, this does bring into question the issue about nuclear. And France has responded. There's been a recent law passed where vacant space is to be covered with solar, providing 11 gigawatts of power. That's equivalent to about 11 of the current workhorse reactors. And France is seriously considering offshore wind projects.
So offshore wind projects, more solar. What about LNG? Because, of course, President Macron's been meeting with President Biden, and I'm wondering if there's any good news for France on the energy front from that perspective.
I mean, France is nuclear par excellence, so France will always continue with nuclear. No matter what the cost, no matter how it goes. And clearly, France is planning, a series of new reactors. France is in accord to a certain extent with the US, but in terms of the US, nuclear nowhere. In terms of US build, US construction, there's one sort of limping bit of construction going on in the US at the moment. So in terms of the France-US nexus, again, nuclear is nowhere.
Nuclear is nowhere. Well, Paul Dorfman, always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.